Check. There we go. Look, ain't nothing like, what is it, week 6, 8, 12, 5, whatever it is.
I was just sitting there watching you do your thing, and I know who couldn't help you.
There you go. Welcome out, everybody, to Walk-Ons on a Thursday night. It is another edition, the Week 6 edition of the Thomas Bachman Show, and we're delighted to bring this to you in Year 6, Week 6. Boy, that's a lot of shows in there. I am Doug Gann. That is Nick Magnano of 446 Sports, and delighted to have, once again, Coach Thomas Bachman with us. Coach, and welcome.
Week 6. God,
Look,
it's going fast.
It gets here quick. It doesn't. This is like
fast.
the time up to Christmas, and then it goes just like that away from it. But it also, somebody told me the other day, when the season's not going really well, it goes slow. It drags on. And so you're excited about it. The kids are excited to get to the ballpark every day. You guys are excited to get to work. I mean, y'all are working right after the game's over with. The food's barely laid out, and you guys are already watching film and talking about the next game.
Yep, got a bunch of people that love the game, love to compete, love kids, love coaching. So it certainly is. It's a lot of fun to be a part of, and you know, here we are halfway through the regular season, still early in the season. What you're trying to accomplish, and you know, look, this is still a young team. I mean, I still think we're only scratching the surface of you know what we're trying to figure out and you know develop. You know, for when we get deep in this thing, and you know, as we get into it tomorrow night, I know we'll get into some of that. You know, we're going to get a game in a week better. You know, and get that experience, and it's gone fast. It really has, and you know, I just know that where we are and where we're going to be, I just don't think we're anywhere close to what our potential is at this point. You know, as far as just what we know, you know, regardless of you know who we've played or you know what the results have been, I'm excited about you know, the coming weeks and to watch the growth of this football team.
Absolutely. Well, if you're new to the show, what we do is we'll talk about last week's game. We'll talk about the week that's coming up. We'll honor some of our players tonight on there. We have our Express Pros lineman of the week. We'll have our Southern Air Cool Play of the game, and then we'll also award our Sabine State Bank. I got trouble for calling it Sabine. Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. And so we'll do all of that in probably the second or third segment, talk to a couple of the players tonight, talk to a couple of the coaches that are here, and then we'll look ahead to that game against West Monroe Friday night as it opens up District 2 5A play. Coach, when you said back and we talked over the summer, you certainly want to go 5-0 to start this non-district slate. Looking back on it just briefly on there, you guys took care of business when you needed to and made the games that you needed to go in and win. You did. And the big battle at Destrehan, everybody comes out of it. And I think you're right on pace where you want to be.
Yeah, I would say so. You know, I wish that we had played a little bit more, if I'm being honest. You know, more reps, more plays,
right.
More series, more situations. You know, it's the same schedule we played last year, but it's not the same schedule that we played last year. You know, we had been in a lot of four-quarter ball games at this point in the year. And, you know, we've really only been in one four-quarter ball game at this point. And, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I kind of feel like we're fixing to be in a lot of four-quarter ball games as we get into district play. But, you know, as you look back on it, you know, a lot of bright spots trying to figure some things out, as everybody does. You know, I mean, you get kids that are nicked up and you know, it kind of changes your plans. You're having to adapt. Obviously, you know, we've got some guys going both ways.
Right.
And we're still developing some of that, and we'll continue to develop. And that's kind of where I was referencing earlier, you know, the growth of this team and, you know, how it's going to serve us. Nobody is a season-ending injury. You know, we'll get some guys back, and it's just going to help us build more and more depth for, you know, that last push to the season. But, you know, as it sits right now, everybody's dealing with a little bit. We've done it every single year. You know, but that's kind of where we're at, you know. And as you say that, you know, when you don't play, you know, I think we had the most snaps offensively. Now, we've played some snaps defensively. I mean, we played a lot of snaps defensively against Destrehan. They converted some third downs, possessed the football. You know, you kind of feel a little bit better. I feel like you got more questions answered, you know, with just the longevity of how many plays those guys can play and continue to compete at a high level. But we have not, I won't say 52 snaps has been the most that we've had in a ball game.
But isn't that a little bit the chicken and the egg scenario on there too? And I mean, if you go in there and you're playing deep into the third and fourth quarters on there, you guys aren't taking care, because we've been in games where you've said, oh, well, they only did this, when they should have done this. But you go out there and you handle your business and you get it over with in a couple of quarters, and then it's like, oh, well, they're not playing anybody. Or did we make them not?
Yeah, no doubt. We'll find out as the season continues to move on. Don't spend a whole lot of time on what outside noise is. I think I said this yesterday morning on a radio show up in Monroe. I can't tell you what the outside noise is, whether people are praising us, whether people are bad-mouthing us, and I don't care. Nobody knows this football team better than I do, we do as coaches, because we spend every waking moment thinking about it, trying to prepare for it and all that stuff. And, if they're praising you, you don't want to get complacent. You don't want to buy into it. And if
don't read the headlines, good or bad.
Right, yeah, just do the work. And, we've done a pretty good job of that to this point, managing the past few weeks.
Right.
I think, it seems like the flu is here in central Louisiana. People have told me that they're dealing with it over at Peabody, and have been dealing with it,
Tioga as well.
Tioga as well. And the past 2 weeks, we've certainly had our fair share of kids with the flu, and you just got to let that run its course.
Right.
And that's what we've done. And I'm hoping that particular
that part of it's over with.
That adversity, as far as that goes, is behind us for this season, and we'll get to move into the next thing. But I'm pleased sitting right here. I love the group of kids that we have. Excited about what I've seen, and I know we're excited about tomorrow night.
Right.
Coach, Friday night against Manny, one of the very good things that I saw, and whenever we look back at Coach's defensive stats that he sent, there was a lot of positive stats on the front seven, not much on the back, which was good, and I know you're excited about that, and you probably expected that with their offense. But talk about how both weeks, or every other week, all the whole defense, I mean, they step up when they need to, and whatever offense they're playing against. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think that starts with the prep. They're very thorough in how they're prepared for the different looks and personnel groupings that they're going to see and the tendencies that are created. And, try to do a good job of prepping them. Like, all right, hadn't seen this, but these could be some things where, here's the structure of what we play, and here's how people attack those things, even if we hadn't seen some of that stuff. So, I think that's where it starts. And I think that, Coach Merce and Coach OJ, Coach Rousseau, that defensive staff does a good job preparing those guys. And I do think that our personnel is pretty good as far as the Manny game. We got some different guys out there. There were some guys that weren't out there. So it's always good when guys get out there and they get that Friday night experience and they have success. I thought that was good. I don't think we didn't play many plays the other night. It's just, I think our longest drive offensively was 4 plays. It wasn't a situation where we played a whole lot of plays.
No. But the ones you were playing were very effective, and you got to go out and do that. I mean, the connection, what was it, 7 of 7 or 8 of 8 passing with Carson for 100-something yards and 3 touchdowns?
Ball didn't touch the ground, and so that's what you want. And I thought that there were some good throws, some of that sprint out stuff. I thought he, threw it into some good windows and angles of how you have to put the ball, even if somebody were to, put somebody that can really make a play on the ball. I thought that he threw the football really well. The keeping the one alive, where we hit Griff late, kind of scramble drill a little bit was a good play.
Then you get Jayton late in the game too, on one who just gets in space and goes. Stuff.
Yep. No. Well, the thing with Jayton is Jayton was a receiver as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Now he played in the slot, and we're playing him outside right now, but he's familiar with some of the communication. He's just got to get refreshed on it. Now he's playing a new spot, and we're trying to get the guys the ball that can do something with it. And obviously you saw K5. Alex scores 3 times last week. I don't know. Seems like he's got 8, 9, 10 touchdowns. These guys will continue.
When we talked to Carson and Alex last week on the show, and we asked them, look, the chemistry between you guys is phenomenal. And the answer is what we knew what the answer is, thousands and thousands of reps. This is not just talent that's going out and making these plays. It's because they're dedicated to going out there every day and play and catch.
Yeah, we want skilled, tough talent.
That's right.
That's what they are. They're skilled. They've worked on their craft. As far as throwing a football, Carson's as good as anybody I've ever been around. As far as playing receiver and growing up playing receiver, training yourself, the skill development to play the position, not just talent on display, has been really fun. And so, both just juniors, got them for a while. They're going to get thousands more reps, as we move forward. So
we asked Alex last week when he was on here, and we've seen some of the practices where you were on him pretty good, and he said he smiles about it because it makes him better, and the fact that you take the time to put that kind of work into him, he said, and that's the reason. He said he responds to it so well.
Well, he's put a lot of work in. He loves football. He's passionate about it. He's hungry for it. He deserves. You certainly want to play a role in helping him develop and chase his dreams, but the kids are the ones doing the work. They're the ones that deserve the credit. Sometimes it is pretty rough.
Right.
And some days it's not all fun. It's not all fun, right? The real fun's in the winning and the preparing to win. And I think that this group of kids and these groups of kids that we've had have really embraced that.
Right.
They're willing to do the difficult. When it's not fun, they embrace that so that they have an opportunity to have fun when game night rolls around. And that's been the case through 5 weeks of football. And, we get another opportunity tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to it. Really good football team.
Yeah, I was, listening to the two of them last week. The receiver was a lot more vocal, a lot louder than Carson. And I thought about that for a second. I'm thinking, that's the way you want your quarterback. You want your quarterback to become, not have the ebbs and flows. And it seems like that's the way he is on the field. He thought about what he was going to say, before he said it and everything. And Fondo did a great job as well. But receivers tend to be a little more boisterous, right, Coach?
I guess you could say so. Yeah, I've been
Passionate.
Passionate. That's right.
Look, they've been a lot of fun to coach through these years. Like I said, we're just getting started. We still got a lot of time left doing this thing together, and it's going to be really cool. We're going to be sitting back here in a couple of years talking about a lot of these kids and what they're accomplishing, what they're doing, and hopefully we help lay the foundation for their. I want them to have success here. You're Ash football first, but they're gonna play football for a little bit longer when they're all said and done.
Look,
here, being in Trojan land.
It's good when you look back and see the different pictures from all around the country of former Trojans or Trojan alumni. I guess you're never a former Trojan alumni that are all around playing on Saturdays.
Awesome.
Yeah,
pretty awesome. Yep, very proud of those guys, and there's guys in this senior class that are going to add to that in the future, and on down through the line. So. We're
going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will award we'll honor our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. We'll talk about our Southern Air Cool Play of the Week, and we'll give out our Sabine State Bank game ball. We'll do all of that when we come back. We are here live from Walk-Ons. This is the Thomas Bachman Show, and it's brought to you by our friends at Sadler's Towing. We'll be right back right after this.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger, Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy, and speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah, head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau Insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments.
And we are back live at Walk-Ons here on a Thursday night. Game day eve, getting ready to start the District 2 5A season, and an opportunity to talk to some of the playmakers on this team. Of course, Trey Williams by my side, and Jayton Terry, who is down on my far right. And Jayton, first of all, welcome back, man. We missed you this year.
Feels good to be back.
Look, you making up for lost time with that catch and run Friday night.
Definitely.
Look, so you go back to the game before that first one, that play that was called that came out to you. Were you a little nervous there, or that ball just get on you?
A little bit.
Look, Coach Bachman, we've talked about that you have played receiver your freshman year, sophomore. It looked like you were a little more defense, and then back over here. How does that movement been for you?
It feels normal, just going back to my old ways.
There you go. And Trey Williams joins us. And Trey, you'll hear us talk a lot about Trey. Just getting his nickname figured out and getting that. A lot of people will call him Z9. I called him K9. You heard that, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And that's all right, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I'm cool.
Yeah, it is, because I said he's got some dog in him. But I was so excited about the plays that you were making. It's uncanny how you get to the football. It seems like no matter where you're at on the field, you see the ball and get to it. What's behind that?
I just see ball, get ball.
Look, it's the hard work that you do. There's not a day goes by that you're not out there grinding.
Yes, sir.
What do you tell folks when they say, "Oh, look at the size. I got him."
But size don't matter, man. Just keep putting in the work, and it'll show itself.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so if you got a cover, Jayton, what's happening?
Strap. No.
All right, so for the second time this season, you blocked a punt on there too, and we go back to practice, and we mentioned it on the game as well. Go back to practice, and it looks like you had blocked 2 or 3 of them in a row on there, and they tell you, "Look, hold on, we're not going live right now." Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
What instinctually, what is it that gets you to the ball so quick?
I think my reaction time to the snap and timing it good. That's what helps me get there.
Look, without a doubt, it is. So take me through now the first half of the season. You guys, I know, are geared up for tomorrow night's game in district, getting on, because the success you had in district year before, the way the season went. What is it now moving past this into district that gets y'all fired up?
It's a new year. We got to make a name for ourselves, because last year we had a lot of success, but, we got to keep going, keep working.
Look, that's 100% correct, because that team's gone. There's not anything over there. Some of the faces are the same, but nobody there can help yet. Jayton, the offensive set that looks like it's gotten better and better. What was it? 4 different receivers had touchdowns. 3 different receivers had touchdowns last week. The ability for the weapons and the way that you guys spread the ball around on there, how is it receiving that football and knowing the quarterback that you have back there?
It feels great. I got a lot of trust in him to get the ball where it need to be.
Look, it's exciting without a doubt. So here's one of the things that we want to talk about before we get into there. Each week we have our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game award that we give. We award our game ball on there too. And look, there were a lot of opportunities. The the spin move that Tyler had on there at the end of it was such a tremendous move. The touchdown you had at the end of it, too. A couple of plays that you made. I think, Alex had 3 touchdowns in receiving and all that. So, but what we decided when we looked into it was that defensive play where you jumped in and knocked the ball away, too, which I think if you had a shot back at it again, that ball's caught. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. And, of course, the punt block that set up Jay on the scoop and score. And with that effort, then we're going to award our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game to Trey Williams. Uh-oh, let's turn it around this way. So congratulations, Trey, on that. They don't listen, they eat. There you go. They're clapping about that. And look, there have been a couple of times in the season that it's been in the mix as well, too. It just seems like you sprang on the scene this year and are making things really difficult defensively for people. What's the mindset of that defense when you guys are out there?
Just play with relentless effort, rally to the ball, trust our keys, and make it happen.
Look, you make it sound easy. It's not, huh? I guess it's a repetition. You guys are the film that you guys look at. I know you're looking at it probably Friday night. After the game's over with, y'all are getting that. What has your preparation been like this week, Jayton? I know because you're going against a very big physical defense. Now, we won't ever get into any schemes or plays or any of that on here, but just your preparation week, how has that been?
I feel like it is go in there, execute, do what we need to do. I feel like it's just something we've been waiting on.
Just your, I guess, second significant road game. The other one to Destrehan was a long one. The Manny trip wasn't bad on there at all. What do you do to get prepared? Keep the focus away from the fair and all of this, but get ready to go to work tomorrow.
Do what we do every week. Go in, work every day, just prepare.
Look, it doesn't seem to matter, and this no respect, but it doesn't matter the opponent. You're preparing for what you do. It's no longer this week or that week or whatever it is. You guys just get ready for you.
Yes, sir.
Look, how has the focus been with the crowd? It's been, last year as it progressed, the horns got more, the crowd got more. This year, how has it been playing in front of that crowd that's been loud?
I feel like we feed off it. All the energy just boils in us, and we be ready.
Look, there ain't no doubt about it. Trey?
It's good. The atmosphere is great. Going in West Monroe, we know the atmosphere is going to be there, but we feed off energy.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's the kind when you're playing football here, that's the kind of game, that's the environment you want to go into. I think the hostile environment is as much fun as anyone, huh?
Yes, sir. Yep.
What do you look to do in district play when you get out there tomorrow of just setting the tone early on there?
I feel like just got to trust our keys, play physical, play fast, and
there you go. Jayton, what do you look to build on as you had the big catch for the touchdown this past week on there too? But what part of your game do you think that you want to improve on a little bit?
I feel like learning more of the other team, watching more film, just paying attention to what I can improve on week by week.
Look, you guys have the world in front of you now. You've been playing fantastic football, and just want to thank you, too, for stopping by. Jayton Terry, Trey Williams. Now, they going to, Trey, Z9, K, it don't matter, does it? Just go get the ball, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations on the Sabine State.
Thank
Jayton, thank you very much. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll announce our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game. We'll have our Lineman of the Week from Express Pros, and we'll do all of that when we come back. You are watching the Thomas Bachman Show right here from Walk-Ons on 446 Sports.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at LouisianaAthleticClub.com.
Hi, this is Robin with Little Cakes with Big Attitude, and I have some exciting news. Fall is finally here, and that means our amazing fall flavors are ready to go, hot, iced, or frozen. Delight your taste buds with flavors like spiced caramel apple, cinnamon roll, maple pecan, s'mores, and of course, pumpkin spice latte. And just when we thought fall couldn't get any better, we were voted Sinlaw's Choice for Best Bakery and Best Dessert. Little Cakes with Big Attitude in Alexandria or our Pineville location. Stop by today.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost to you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today and help keep Rapides healthy.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we're back to walk-ons. Congratulations to Trey Williams. He is our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. Coach, and just the effort out of Trey was phenomenal.
A couple block punts this year, but he, if you pause it, I know y'all go back and watch huddle. He is full extension. He's parallel to the ground. He's sold out and committed to it. It was a really beautiful play. He's got a pretty good feel for those things. Very intelligent, and awesome. And then, trying to teach the kids the different situations. Good? Feels like I'm just out of there.
Yeah, it's not.
I hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Maybe it's just my ears.
I trust y'all. Trying to teach them situational football, when a ball becomes live, and just all the stuff you take for granted. But, Trey does such a good job blocking that ball. And then Jayton is trying to scoop.
He's trying to. You hear Nick chuckle a little bit.
Well, the thing that I say about that is we were talking about it on the field today in practice is that's what he should be doing.
That's
right.
right.
If you just dive on it, it's our ball right there anyway. Or if we don't recover it,
no matter what,
and they recover it, it's our ball right there too. So he does a good job. And if y'all probably watched the huddle and probably y'all's copy too, like whenever he gets it and it bounces, boy, he gets it to where it takes the perfect.
That's
top.
why I laughed.
Right. So when Jay's coming, he just jumps right into his lap and he scores, and that was a really fun moment for the kids. Really, really good moment. So and then we were laughing as far as Jay is concerned. I remember him picking up the McKinley. As a freshman, he scored on the McKinley in the playoff game on a punt. They muff it, the snap exchange, and he runs back there, picks it up, runs it in. Then he had like the 95-yard
He had
pick
the interception
against
return
Oaks,
that was, that's
that,
correct.
And so he didn't score last year. And
right.
Been giving him, I guess you scored all the touchdowns you can score, and then he gets him one the other night. Which
Look,
was
he
really
is
cool.
he is such a great interview after the games. I really like talking to Jay. It's nonstop smile. He's enjoying this game so much.
He's a competitor.
Right.
I just thought the irony was that Jayton, the one that's over 6 foot tall, the ball's on the ground when he goes to pick it up, and then the guy, 5'7", gets the perfect bounce. It's like, that's a good one for the short guys for once.
Hops right into
Short guys
but,
win.
But I do enjoy the fact that, there's some situational, try and scoop and score that one, there's just a lot of situations in a game trying to prepare them for, if you block it or you tip it and it goes beyond the line of scrimmage on a field goal, hey, and now it becomes live. I mean, just things you take for granted that you hope they know, you don't. And I thought that was really cool, things to be talking about. Hey, we're 100% trying to scoop and score in that situation. You sack the quarterback and you get a strip sack on 1st and 10 at midfield and you're in a pile.
Then you're falling on it.
You're on that one.
That's right.
It's just the different scenarios and the ability to react to it quickly. It's one thing to talk about it in the comfort of a practice on a Thursday afternoon. It's another thing
in
to go
the battle,
execute it in real time. And so I was proud of the kids. In that particular instance that they did it to perfection.
Yeah,
so, go ahead.
They said we had a SEC championship game a few years back where Georgia blocked, LSU's field goal, and the LSU players were just other than the kid from Georgia picks it up and goes.
And that's such a classic case because you see the coach up in the press box. He's like, then he's here with it too. That's just a great. Yeah,
the classic coach. No.
Yes, go. That's right. Look, we were, and it doesn't matter, but we were at the game. That was right in the corner from where we were on there too. And it's just you're looking at it and you're like, nah. And you see everybody just standing around, except for Georgia. And well, the rest was history, without a doubt in that one. And so, Coach, you go back to it. Trey was our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game, and it's not that often that we see the Player of the Game and the play of the game roll into the same thing. But he had that pass breakup early on there, and he's had several key defenses that are on there. Of course, the block punt. And the block punt and the scoop and score is our Southern Air Cool play of the game as well.
Trey would probably tell you that he's a little bit frustrated that that's
he did say that
it's a pass breakup. He wanted that he broke on the ball really nicely. I know he wanted that one for a pick.
Nick had such a great take on that too because he's watching the official that comes up, and he actually seems like he encourages Trey and says, "Look, I know it's a moment. Don't do that anymore." Instead of throwing a flag on him.
Yeah. I mean, it was out of frustration, and fortunately, the referee or the field judge understood that it was it wasn't anything that really affected the way he presented the ball towards the other team. So I like the way the official handled that. He handled it well.
You want the kids to play with emotion, show emotion. We try and tell them it can't. And I hate when they gesture to the other sideline like we're not going to put up with any of that stuff. To say it's never going to go on. You're dealing with kids. We're going to coach them through it. But you want genuine passion and emotion, celebrating with your teammates. Those are different things than being a poor sport or, taunting all those things. And we did cross the line. I didn't think we were doing it at the opponent, but the rule is you can't have group celebrations after the block punt. And when it turned into a group celebration, it drew a flag. So, another opportunity to coach, through to the details of what you can and can't do, what they're going to allow you to do, and then when you're crossing the line and when it's going to hurt our team.
And again, the hard work that these guys put in every single day, not just during football season, but from January till mid-December, they're working hard, and the fruits of their labor are paying off on there.
That's right. You want them to have some excitement. We certainly were excited in that moment. So now Trey is he's just got a feel for things.
So that was our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. It was our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, and it's not our Express Pros Lineman of the Week. So there's no way to get that worked into it. Nick, but you had a pretty good idea on that. Nick likes to keep an eye on the lineman. And so, Nick, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we talked a lot during especially the first half, whenever your starting defense was out there. And defensive line, I mean, there were 2 or 3 of them that, really earned. Richard could have gotten the spikes, could have had it again. And Quentin Price had a good game. Hobbs had a big sack and a couple of, other tackles. But
before you hang, that picture, when Hobbs comes off there, he gets that big sack, and his helmet's off, and he's got his mouthpiece in his mouth. I thought his lip was bleeding. I said, man, this is Gusick. Oh, he's carrying out that. But the effort on that, and he's just smiling the entire way off the field.
Big sack down on the goal line. They end up snapping the ball, over the punter's head. Leads to a safety.
Yeah. But we were watching film and looking, and a lot of the big runs that you all had, during the game. I mean, Grayson Thibodeau had a big part in it, and of course I laugh. We talk off air. I just want you to put him in a number starts with a 40, so we can make him a true fullback. That's the only difference.
It's what he is.
Yeah, I mean,
it's what he is. I mean, if you were an I-formation football team,
right.
he's a fullback. Catches the ball extremely well. He's been the fullback for us now for a couple of years. He's played both sides of the ball. An extension of that offensive line, with that tight end, fullback, all of our guys. Very deserving, in whatever he gets. I hope that this is just the beginning for him, because he is everything you want your program to be built on. He is selfless. He is team first. He is tough. He is resilient. He is relentless. He is high character. He is everything that you want. Like, if somebody were to say, describe Ash football to me, Grayson Thibodeau, he embodies what we want to be as a program. And so very, very fortunate, to have him on our team.
Look, earlier in the season when he was on the show and he was down there, and it's just that, no nonsense. We're just going to go get after these guys, and we're not going to stop. And you make that comment so many times, the echo of the whistle, and that's what type of player Grayson Thibodeau is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he won it last year's defensive lineman.
Yep.
I mean, the same award, the Express Pro Lineman of the Week. Baseball, I mean, he has the award for getting hit so many times. I mean, he takes one for the team. I mean, it's just like you're talking about, Coach, high character. Will do whatever it takes to, and so I know he doesn't have a number 50, number 60, or number 70, but we decided to give Grayson the lineman of the week.
Yeah, he could, and he could wear whatever the D-line numbers are. He could wear the 40s,
right.
or the, as far as a fullback. I mean, he is a very versatile football player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations to Grayson Thibodeau. He is our Express Pros lineman of the week. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it is our coach interview time. We'll sit down with
Coach Free.
Coach Free is going to
offensive
join
line.
us. Coach Free is going to join us tonight, so we're excited about that. This offensive line has grown up a lot from game to game to game, and look forward to getting his thoughts on it. Does he know about it?
I don't know. He's cutting his. I don't know if he's cutting.
Yeah, I
his
talked to him.
Okay, there you go. We'll do all of that.
Eyes over here, not.
Join us right after this. We are live from Walk-Ons. A little bit of time left tonight to come on out here. A couple of tables remaining, I think. I don't know. It looks pretty jammed up out here. Come on out and join us. We're here each and every Thursday night through December. We're brought to you by Sadler's Towing. We'll be back watching the Thomas Bachman Show on 446 Sports.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. As the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000.
Find a dealer near you at LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost to you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today.
When it comes to celebrating big moments, BK Distributors has you covered. From eye-catching fathead decals and senior banners to custom cutouts that bring your favorite faces to life, we help make memories larger than life. Cheer loud and proud with hand fans and personalized signs, or honor achievements with awards and trophies that shine just as bright as the people who earn them. Whether it's for your school, your team, your business, or your community, BK Distributors delivers quality, creativity, and service you can trust. BK Distributors, where every moment deserves to stand out.
And welcome back to the Thomas Bachman Show here at Walk-Ons in Alexandria. So now joined by Coach Freeman, offensive line coach, assistant head coach, assistant AD, and head track coach, right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
But
man with many titles.
So Coach, Doug, he kind of took this. I mean, he needed a little break. He talks a lot, but I think it's mainly because he just likes the flashy, big plays. He likes the the big, flashy plays with the wide receivers. He's not into the real tough ball like we are.
Trenches.
But let's talk about your offensive line.
Yes, sir.
Replacing 3 seniors from last year, and I know that you had Aiden coming back and you had Peter coming back, and that's a good foundation to start with. But so let's talk about them, but also talk about your. I would say you have 6 starters. To be honest with you, whenever you talk about, you talk about. Right now you have Carter Rivette, who's a sophomore left tackle, new for Dallas Hurt as a center. Jaden Everett, has been playing a lot, and Jaden Clemens. So let's talk about the guys. And I don't know if you heard, but we gave we gave the lineman of the week to Grayson Thibodeau.
Rightfully so. Rightfully
Yeah.
so. Just to say something about that, we've been playing with fullbacks, me and Coach Skip, and all of our years in college and all this. So they're just an extension of us. So that's a good him getting that recognition is good.
He's just missing a number 40 and a cowboy collar.
There you go.
The
That's
old Oklahoma
That's
cowboy
right.
collar, right?
We tried to pull some old fullback stuff up in the meeting room just because I want the O-line to see running through blocks.
Yes, sir.
Running through blocks. So, yeah, no, we appreciate the fullback position.
So let's talk about your line. Like I said, to be honest with you, this is my 3rd year, and the group has always been solid. It's always the technical part of the toughness of it, but just the fact that first year you replaced 3 that I was here. So 2 years ago replaced 3. Last year replaced 3, and it's just next man up. So let's talk about your kind of the recent history of your offensive line.
Yeah, so there's very much a next man up mentality. I don't think people really realize what it takes to be that next man up or those next guys up. There's a lot of rubber being burned off of those tires in the practice and in film and just trying to become one cohesive unit. But it's as you continue to work and as you continue to move through the season, those guys only get better and better and better and only grow closer and closer and closer. And the closer they get, the better we become as an offense and as a team.
And you guys replaced a lot. You replaced JT, you replaced Vaughn in the back, you replaced Tanner Townsend, you replaced Jimmy and Darius. So you have 2 new running backs that are running, now 3 with Tyler that's running behind this offensive line, and then you bring Grayson back over. Talk about the continuity, how fast you guys were able to put all that. Kaysen and Noble started out great, so far. We know Noble's hurt, but now Tyler picked up right where Noble's at. Talk about that cohesion there.
Yeah, we replaced we were replacing a really good ball club from last year, and as we went through the off season, spring, summer, we began to realize we really do have the ability to not replace JT, so to speak, but to replace JT with these 2 sophomore backs and now 3 backs, including Tyler. The way that they run the ball, the different ways that they run the ball and the different kids, just allows for us to continue to do the things that we done last year, but with different bodies at times, which is a good thing. So nobody is taking as much, as JT was able to take, but you got fresher legs coming in sometimes and still able to produce with the ball in their hands. So it's been really fun on the running side of it to watch these kids kind of grow into their own in their sophomore season. And to think about, what's going to come of this it'll take you back for a second.
And I watched, Alexandria Senior High from afar before, because I was coaching and kind of doing my own thing before Doug brought me on. But all I ever kind of heard about or thought about was that you guys just throw. Now this is, like I said, my third year, and it's very balanced. And one of the things that Coach Bachman always talks about, and I know you talk about, is toughness. And, these guys, it's not a finesse offense. You guys you can throw it around if you need to, but if you have to get that 2 or 3 yards when people know that you have to get it, and you guys are tough enough to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we live by. That's where we want to live. That's kind of where we want to lay our head, is in those 3 to 4 yards when it's the toughest time that we can go get those. That's where we want to hang our hat, and that's what we want to kind of build our offense around, that we're able to go get the tough yards when we need to, and still be able to do some of the things, where that keeps the fans, standing up in the stands and yelling and rooting for those guys, because we all know that the pass and the deep ball and all that stuff is fun to watch. But what the wheels to this locomotive is the trenches and being able to go get those 3 to 4 yards when we need to go get them.
And that's also something at the next level that people, you watch across the board. The 2 LSU and South Carolina this week. I know you guys don't have time to look at that stuff like us fans do, but both of them are like 15 and 16 in rushing in their conference. Okay, you can't win football games like that. You have to be able to run the ball. You have to be tough.
Now, we learned that coming from 4A when we were at Bastrop, me and Coach Bachman and Coach Skipper and the host of the other guys, we threw the ball a ton.
Okay. So he's adjusted, you're saying?
Oh, no doubt. There's no doubt. There's been an adjustment since we've come to Alexandria. But when we got into 5A, we understood that, or we begin to understand that you got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run to have any type of relevance later on in the season. So.
Yeah, for sure. Also, and I know it's Coach Webb's group, but whenever I watch the film and I see you guys in the in the contact with the front 7 versus front 7, the tight end group, and we talked about Grayson, but talk about how Gaines McKenzie has come along as a blocker, not just a pass. Of course, Clayton Doyle, Letzinger, Robinson, even Crenshaw.
That's right. It's super cool to watch those guys mature into who they're becoming, and understanding like what is being asked of that position, and as an offensive lineman, I know that you don't get the glitz and the glamour and all that stuff, ever. But as a tight end, sometimes you want that. I want to receive a ball, and you get fed every now and again. But the majority of it is being able to get in those trenches and go to work, and kind of lay down your, what you want to do, maybe catching the ball every play, and then, kind of sacrificing for somebody else. It's the epitome of being a part of a team.
I was picking off air during the game whenever Hobbs had that sack and his helmet came off. I said, he took his helmet off. Or he took his helmet off so people could see who he was on the way off. But you're right. These guys, and this is one of the main reasons why Doug had come up with this idea of talking about the lineman, because usually, especially an offensive lineman, the only time they usually really get acknowledged is they either have a pancake block, but most of the time it's for a holding penalty or a false start or something. So it's great. And that's another thing too. And I don't want to jinx it for tomorrow night, but you guys. Penalties. Across the board as a team are down. Destrehan game was a little, but you guys, there's very few, pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, we're trying to keep those things in check. As much as we can control. We try to control those things. And obviously we know sometimes those things are going to happen. But if we can try to monitor it and keep it in check as much as we can, then that helps a lot.
Coach, you want to say anything about your track season that's coming up? I know you're neck deep in football, but maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't know much about Ash Track that may want to get on the track team with you.
Well, the track team, man, all they're doing right now is working hard, trying to get ready for their season. understanding that, that I'm in football season and a lot of the male track members are in football season. So they're behind the scenes doing their job to get prepared for their season while we handle our business on the football field.
And you've got the new track, so you don't have to worry about losing any of your meets or anything next year, right?
No, we absolutely need those. We lost a lot of money last year.
So, well, I can tell you this. Both of my boys were track athletes, and that's a fun season. We're going to focus on football right now, but I do know come springtime, that's a lot of fun. I know you guys. As a matter of fact, my youngest is doing the camera for us right now. He's like, man, he said, I saw that guy on the track all the time. I said, yeah, that's Coach Free. I said,
really enjoy it.
Yeah, so.
Really enjoy it.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. We're going to go to a break here. If I can get Doug over here to push the right button. I don't know what button to push over there, but you're watching the Thomas Bachman Show on at Walk-Ons here in Alexandria, Louisiana. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks
really
a lot.
Appreciate you.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local expert when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on. I'm Jason Hawk. Learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK and let me help you protect your biggest investments. Real service, real people. Farm Bureau Insurance.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Hi, this is Robin with Little Cakes with Big Attitude, and I have some exciting news. Fall is finally here, and that means our amazing fall flavors are ready to go, hot, iced, or frozen. Delight your taste buds with flavors like spiced caramel apple, cinnamon roll, maple pecan, s'mores, and of course, pumpkin spice latte. And just when we thought fall couldn't get any better, we were voted Sinlaw's Choice for Best Bakery and Best Dessert. Little Cakes with Big Attitude in Alexandria or our Pineville location. Stop by today.
At Louisiana Athletic Club, we believe in keeping fitness affordable. We're proud to offer the most extensive fitness options in the area, all at an unbeatable price. From group fitness and childcare to heated pool and family-friendly amenities in 2 convenient locations, we've got everything you need to stay fit and active as a family. Join Louisiana Athletic Club today, where quality fitness meets affordable pricing and everyone can thrive. Find your fit at louisianaathleticlub.com.
And we are back to Walk-Ons, final segment of this District 2-5A Eve opening game. And, Coach, you guys make the trip up to West Monroe tomorrow, and it's, of course, it's always a battle anytime in district, but certainly starting out up in West Monroe is one of those.
Certainly. Going to be a tremendous challenge. I was telling the kids, it's the next big game, not the first one you've played in, won't be the last one that you played in, but it's certainly, one of those big games. It's the opening district game here in 2-5A for us, one of the best districts in the state. A lot of good districts out there. Not here to get into debate about what the best one is, but,
right.
Certainly this is one of the best. As I say every year and every week, the thing that makes this district so good is, the quality of player, the quality of coaching staff, and the commitment from the communities where football is important. and that's certainly the case when you head up to West Monroe. And, so really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to, as I say, every week, getting into the battle, getting into the fight, seeing where we need to make adjustments, challenge, our kids, the poking and the prodding, the making plays, and, the dealing with the adversity that you're going to face. All that stuff is something that I get really anxious to get into. You do so much time planning and prepping in this situation, that situation, to begin to, just get into the fight.
You talk about a fight, and you talk about a battle. When you look at this game, and we watch all the film that we look at, it's a big, aggressive, physical West Monroe offense and a big, aggressive, physical Ash defense. Yes, I know there's a lot to it, but that's a matchup that you really look at.
Yeah, I think it's a big matchup in the game. They're really big on the offensive line. It's the same offense that we played last year for the most part. Obviously there's kids that graduated, but the majority of their roster returned as far as the guys that were playing offensively. I believe they've got 41 seniors, 48 juniors, and I think I counted 48 sophomores, somewhere around there. So a lot of numbers, big senior class, one that I know that they think a lot of, and they've been tested. They've played some quality opponents to this point, so they know what it's like to be in a ball game, and so. Yeah, that'll be one of the matchups, that I guess everybody's anticipating, but our team's going to go play their team, not one phase, not one
That's
thing.
correct.
It's all three phases of the game. It's 11 kids going out there at any given time, whatever unit you're attached to, and do your job for the team.
Yeah, one thing, Coach, you talked about every unit. One thing I noticed is their kicker. Almost every kickoff is a touchback, and
two really good kickers in this game. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know the exact percent, but he's high. He's well over 80%. Have been touchbacks. Those guys are so valuable, as I call Eli all the time, a weapon, because they can do so many different things with the ball. Yeah, they can bomb it in the end zone and take your return game out of it, but they're also skilled enough to where they can drop the ball in spots and make sure that you're accounting for, different situations, and finding dead spots, making sure guys are communicating when you kind of put it in between two guys, and you can see on film just in different games where he's kicked some sky kicks and tried to find some dead spots in your return game. He's really good.
Yeah.
Look, if past ways have done with all the teams that we play, they're going to kick it towards 13. That's who they're going to look for Hayden, and he's done a great job. He seems to respond very well to that.
Yep, completely comfortable if that's what they choose to do. He's where he is for a reason.
Well, Coach, it certainly has been a great first half of the season. Looking forward to tomorrow night, of course, getting out there, getting up there. And, again, you talked about the travel on these games. The Destrain game, of course, was the longest one. This past road game wasn't a real big one. This is another one of those that it'll affect the way the day goes.
Yeah, we need to handle the trip well, and pregame. I know they got some pregame festivities. I think they're doing senior night for their spirit groups, starting at 6:30. So we'll have to come off the field a little bit early, and just handling all that stuff. Eventually, kickoff's going to happen. You need to be ready for all that stuff. We've got it mapped out pretty well. We just got to go through it, So we still got several opportunities. As y'all know, we're back at it in the morning.
That's right.
We'll be on the field out there, doing the things that we do to get ready. Kids are out of school. I've told them, don't need you to stay at the fair all night tonight, when you're trying to accomplish something, you got to make sacrifices, and this is one that we're asking you to make. Nobody said don't go to the fair. We said don't stay out all night at the fair. So I'm not going to the fair. I'm not fixing to go chase behind them.
They got to be kids, though, at some point, too.
Well, yeah. But this has got to be important
That's right.
to you, and so you get to make a decision about, what's important to you. And I believe in our kids, and look forward to tomorrow morning and ultimately tomorrow night.
I will tell you, this is the best participation here that we've seen on a fair night, the folks that have been out. Nick, final thoughts?
Just like I said, tomorrow's. I mean, it's the next season. It's not the last game, and you guys were 5-0. I mean, when you split it up into segments of 3, you're 5-0, and you want to start this next one out 1-0. And we look forward to calling that game tomorrow and watching you guys, go up there and represent Alexandria Rapides Parish.
Look, absolutely, and travel is get on the road a little bit earlier. It always is a packed house up there.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great atmosphere. That student section behind the end zone, the band behind us on the, it's one of the great places in Louisiana to play football, and so. Look, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You need to be there in person. We tell you all along, don't watch our broadcast. Get your tails up to West Monroe and follow this Trojan team. That's going to be one of the great ones in the state tomorrow, from West Monroe and Alexandria. So we invite you to come back and watch this afterwards. We'll go on at 6:30 if you can't make it. Kickoff's going to be around 7 o'clock on that one, too, after they do it. So many people, they have to split up senior nights with all the folks that are out there. But if you want a great atmosphere.
It's one of the great things, right?
Absolutely.
It's one of the great things, and, I think that's awesome.
Well, there you go. That's going to wrap it up tonight. Big shout-out to the folks here at Walk-Ons for year 6.5 now that we've been out here. We appreciate all of the folks that are here for just putting up with what we do and allowing us to be a part of their restaurant on Thursday evenings. Of course, the Sadlers for taking care of us all throughout the way as well. Couldn't do a thing without Janelle and family doing that. And, did you see the new truck they got? Loving it. I love the new logo, love the new truck. So there you go. And look, they get called. I don't know if they sponsor or not. I know, yes, they do. But their name gets called out a lot over the PA at home games. You're parked illegally. You better go or it's going to get out of there. So, and thanks for coming out tonight. As always, we appreciate you guys being here. We couldn't do any of this without any of you. So for Nick Magnano, head coach Thomas Bachman, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.